My beloved child, when you lift your eyes to the sky today and witness the light veiled by a shadow, know that it is not merely an astronomical event. It is my whisper, a signal from eternity. This eclipse is not just a physical phenomenon, but a tender spiritual reminder from me, your Creator, that time is drawing near to things far deeper and greater than you've ever imagined. It is an urgent sign, a bell ringing through the noise of this world, calling your soul to awaken and listen to my voice. I do not speak with thunder or storm, but with the stillness of a darkened sky, so that in the silence of shadow you may rediscover the light that is true. My child, I know that certain shadows have crept into your mind, doubts, fears, and questions that have made you uncertain about the path I have laid before you. Just as the moon only momentarily obscures the sun, these things cannot permanently hide the light of truth. In fact, it is in these very moments that I want you to remember this one thing. The light is still there. The sun has not vanished, it is only hidden for a time. And so too, my love for you, my plans for your life have never disappeared. They remain radiant, waiting only for you to push aside the veil of limited thoughts and behold again the brilliance of truth. Now, my precious child, I am not merely calling you back into the light, but inviting you to become that light for the world. I want you to be a bearer of my message, not through eloquent words, but through a life that loves, forgives, and sacrifices. Look around you. What seems like random occurrences are threads in a divine tapestry I am weaving. Every movement in the universe, every quiet moment within your soul is held within my loving control. Know this, my child, time is not as abundant as you may believe. I do not say this to instill fear, but to awaken you. Delay is no longer an option. Your soul was created to reflect my glory, to bring light into dark places, to be the answer to the silent prayers of those whose hope has dried up. And if you have been waiting for a sign, then let this eclipse be that confirmation. It is my voice calling you to rise, to step out of the fog, and to live with the urgency of love, a love that does not wait until tomorrow to begin. I am not seeking perfection in you. I seek a willing heart, a heart that listens, that trusts, that returns even after straying. I know you do not understand all that is unfolding, but you do not need to understand in order to obey. You only need to believe that if I am the one who orchestrates the heavens with such flawless order that an eclipse occurs at this exact moment, then surely I am also in control of every detail of your life. Not one moment of yours is meaningless. Not one of your tears goes unnoticed. Not a single act of love is wasted in my kingdom. Therefore, my child, let your heart no longer be governed by fleeting worries, but walk forward with the awareness that you are part of an eternal story I am writing. Do not simply look at the sky as a bystander, but see it with spiritual eyes, to perceive that I am moving, guiding, opening doors for those who are faithful and awake. What you witness today is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter in your journey of faith. And in this chapter, I want you to know that you are not alone. I go before you, I am beside you, and I dwell within you every single step of the way. The eclipse will pass, the shadows will retreat, but the light I have placed in you, if you guard it, if you allow it to burn within a heart of honesty and faith, will never be extinguished. Be the one who carries truth, who recognizes the signs of the times, who lives not for what is fleeting, but for eternal life. You are the one I love, and today more than ever I am calling you home. Not to rebuke, but to restore. Not to condemn, but to empower. Not to trouble you, but to anchor you in true peace and strength. My beloved, the light is returning, and you are part of that light. So step out of the darkness with courage and confidence, for I am waiting for you ahead. Do not turn back to fear. Do not let doubt extinguish the flame within you. I have called you by name, and I did not make a mistake when I chose you for this very hour. My beloved child, today, as the sky grows dim under the fleeting shadow of an eclipse, many may only see it as an astronomical occurrence, a strange coincidence of celestial orbits. But I want you, my child, to look beyond what the natural eye perceives. An eclipse is not merely the intersection of light and shadow. It is a sacred chapter in the grand narrative I have been writing since the dawn of creation. It is a gentle yet divine reminder that nothing happens by chance. Heaven and earth, the highest skies and deepest realms, all are participating in the holy symphony I composed from eternity past, and you, yes, you are a note in that melody that cannot be replaced. This eclipse is part of the vast divine canvas I have painted. It is more than a physical sign, it is a spiritual symbol, a call for you to pause, to listen, and to reflect. It is an invitation for your soul to enter a season of transformation, hope, and renewal. Just as the sun has not vanished but is merely veiled for a moment, my light in your life has never been extinguished. There may be times when you feel lost in the haze, when doubt, fear, or trials overshadow your spirit, but remember, my light still burns brightly behind every cloud. Every star, every motion of the heavens is under my wise and loving hand. I am not watching you from a distance. I am within your very life, orchestrating every detail for your greatest good. And if I can use the entire universe to illustrate my love story, then surely your life, though seemingly small yet infinitely precious, is being cared for with great intention. You are not forgotten in the sea of humanity. You are not lost among the multitude of events. Everything you are experiencing has a place within the good plan I have prepared for you. My child, this eclipse is also a sign of transition. As the darkness lifts, the light returns brighter and more vivid, just as I renew your soul after every storm. Perhaps you have walked through a season that felt disoriented, perhaps you are weary, but I am calling you back into the light, not the light of logic, but of faith. Believe that I am still at work. Believe that there is no event, whether in heaven or on earth, that is beyond my divine providence. Everything is moving according to my timing, and so are you. Your moment is drawing near. So, my beloved, do not view today's eclipse with fear, but with sacred awe. Let it be a reminder that you are living in a unique time, a time when I am awakening the spirits of my people, calling forth a generation to step out of old patterns and into newness in the spirit. You are called to be a light in a world overshadowed by darkness, a light not born from yourself, but a reflection of my very presence within you. My beloved child, I want you to know that even when you don't understand everything that is happening, you can still rest in the certainty that I am sovereign. You don't need to grasp the entire picture, you only need to hold my hand. When you learn to trust in my wisdom, rather than lean on your own understanding, when you choose to listen to the whisper in your soul rather than the clamor of the world, it is in that moment that you will be led into new territories I have prepared for you since before the foundation of the world. And my child, do not fear transition. Do not fear the changes that are approaching, for the eclipse is not the end of light, but a sign that a new light is about to rise. I am shifting seasons, not just in nature, but in the spirit. And you, if you are willing, will be the one to enter that new season with wide open eyes, a tender heart, and a spirit full of expectation. Let me renew your heart. Let me replace weariness with vitality. Let me use you to bring healing to the souls longing for hope. Today's eclipse is a confirmation that my love is ever moving, my righteousness stands firm, and my wisdom is orchestrating all things from the orbits in the heavens to the very heartbeat within you. So lift up your head, child of light. Do not let the darkness intimidate you. Do not let the voice of the enemy cause you to doubt my love for you. Let every breath you take, every step you make, every decision you choose in this hour be guided by truth, by the sacred silence from me, and by the unshakable trust that you are the child of a God who holds the universe in his hand, and also holds your heart in everlasting love. My dear one, open your heart to receive what I am about to say, not with your ears but with your soul, because what is unfolding around you is not merely external motion but a whisper from eternity. I have begun to act, my child. The things I ordained from before time are entering their fulfillment one by one according to the timing I have set. Though your land may still seem at peace, though the streets are still bustling and people are occupied with daily affairs, do not let this sense of normalcy lull your heart to sleep. For I say to you, nothing happens in this world without impact on the whole of humanity, because I do not see merely a nation, a region, or a culture, but I see each heart, each precious soul in every hidden corner, and every shining palace. I have spoken through the prophecies of old, and today I am speaking again, not through loud words, but through signs in the heavens, through the deep movements of the earth, and through the gentle stirrings in the hearts of those who are listening. The events you see may confuse. The world may stir panic or indifference in many, but they are not coincidences. They are not random disruptions. They are living reminders that My plan is advancing that you, yes, you are part of the flow, moving toward the eternal purpose I have set in motion. Every sign in the sky, every tremor beneath your feet, is a call awaken. I do not create fear, but I plant in you a holy reverence, so you may know that time does not stretch on forever, that something great is drawing near, and that your role is not insignificant in this unfolding story. I do not want you to merely stand on the sidelines as a spectator, but to step fully into your place in my plan to carry the light, to live fully, and to be a witness to my unending love. Look again at the world. My child, there are places groaning in war regions, under the fury of nature, nations hungering not only for bread, but for hope, for a living word from the Father. And even though these things may be far from you geographically, you cannot separate yourself from the pain of humanity, for you were created to feel, to understand, to love, and to intercede. The love I placed within you is not for you to keep, but to become a river that flows out, refreshing the parched lands that have been dried by loss and despair. You are an essential part of this world. I have placed you in the right time, the right place, not by accident, but with clear purpose. When you live awake, when you offer up prayer from where you are, when you extend your hand to lift someone who has fallen, that is when you are participating in a holy movement only I can see in its fullness. You are not a lone drop in the ocean of life, but a vital piece in the great redemptive plan I am weaving among all nations. I want you to know that you are valuable not because of what you've done, but because you belong to me. Your worth does not come from perfection, but from the unbreakable spiritual bond between you and your Father. And if this world is trembling with change, it is not to frighten you, but to make you more steadfast, more discerning, and more deeply anchored in the one who has loved you with an everlasting love. Know this, every day you are alive is an opportunity not just to exist, but to contribute to something greater than yourself. The small prayers you utter in silence, the seemingly ordinary acts done in sincere love, are all remembered in eternity. I forget nothing. And in every shifting of the times, every step in the march of history, I am still writing the story with your life as one precious line within it. Stand firm, my beloved. Open your heart to the revelation I am unfolding. Let me use you as a vessel to heal, to speak to love on behalf of those who do not yet know me. The world needs you not because you are the answer, but because you carry the one who is. I need you not because I lack anything, but because I love you enough to choose to work with you, through you, and in you. So be courageous. Keep your heart pure. Do not despise the signs you are seeing, for they are reminders from me that say, my child, it is time to awaken. It is time to rise and step into your role in the eternal story. And you will not be alone. I go before you. I stand beside you, and I dwell within you until the day all things are fulfilled in glory. I love you, and that love will carry you through every shift in this age until you behold me face to face. My beloved child, each day of life carries with it a new wind, sometimes as gentle as the morning breeze, yet at other times as fierce as an unexpected storm. There are days when you wake up with a light heart, the sunlight smiling gently on your shoulders, and there are mornings when you open your eyes only to be met by weariness, worry, or even emptiness. I see it all, my child. I know the challenges that dot your path. Some storms come without warning. Some battles rage within your soul. There are moments when your mind becomes a battlefield and you feel lost in the noise of the world. Yet through it all, let this truth be engraved in your heart. My love never leaves you. It never wavers. When the world around you grows chaotic, when the voices of fear, doubt, and loss rise above everything else, remember that I still whisper within your soul, I am here. You may not feel it right away. You may be too tired to pray, too worn to even speak my name. But my love does not depend on your strength. It is not limited by your emotions. My love is the firm ground beneath your feet, the peaceful covering over your head, the warmth that seeps into the cold cracks of your hardest days. I am the one who holds your hand when all else slips away. I am the steady light, not a flickering flame swaying in the wind, but the enduring sun that shines even when clouds try to hide it. There will be times you feel left behind, as though others are stronger, more peaceful, or more successful. But child, I do not measure you by what the world sees. I see you through eyes of love and deep understanding no one else can grasp. I see every tear you wipe away alone, every prayer you whisper in the dark, every small yet sincere effort you make to keep going even when no one notices or says thank you. And these are the things that make you beautiful in my sight, far beyond what the world calls achievement. I know how many times you've smiled while your heart was breaking. I know how you've kept going even when all reason seemed gone. And I tell you this not as cheap comfort but as a sacred promise. Every step you take in faith, whether trembling or bold, has eternal worth. There is not a moment when you walk in darkness that I am not watching over you, not a cry that escapes your lips that I do not hear. I am not a distant being. I am your Father, always near. My beloved, when you cannot see the road ahead, just take the next step, for I will lay the path beneath your feet. When the winds blow against you, fall into my arms, always open, never judging, never demanding. When all the noise around you confuses your heart, listen to the voice within, the quiet yet powerful whisper saying, "Do not be afraid, I am walking with you." My love is not reserved only for the days you feel strong. It shines even brighter in your weakness. I do not love you more when you succeed, nor less when you fall. My love is not based on performance. It asks for no achievements, only a heart that returns, a soul willing to trust and give. And you already carry that within you. Even when you doubt yourself, I have never stopped believing in the treasure I placed inside your heart. Trust in my love the way you trust that the sky is still there even when it's cloudy, the way you trust the ground supports you without thought. For my love does not come and go like feelings. It is not subject to seasons or circumstances. It is constant, beating in rhythm with your heart every moment. Whether you walk through the valley of shadows or stand atop peaks of triumph, I am with you, not closer when you're joyful or further when you're down, but always beside you, always holding your hand, always leading the way. So, my dear child, do not fear the cloudy days. Do not panic in the gusts of wind. Do not be discouraged when your pace slows. Just remember you have a Father who walks beside you, who believes in you, who loves you with a love that is unconditional and limitless. Let that love lift you each morning, shelter you each night, and become the quiet flame that never goes out within you. A flame warm enough to keep you alive, bright enough to guide you toward the place I've prepared. My beloved child, amid the clamor of misleading voices shouting all around, I invite you to pause to hear the truth flowing straight from my heart. The world today overflows with hollow promises, with gilded lures that are rotten underneath. They'll tell you that fame is salvation, that wealth will protect your soul, that fear will keep you safe. But those things are only fleeting shadows. They may dazzle your eyes for a moment, but they will leave a void in your soul. Today I urge you not to let your heart be swayed by what is not real. Child, the things of true value are not found in the spotlight or the applause of crowds. They don't come from trophies, bank balances, or status. They reside within you, in the quiet kindness you preserve, in the honesty of your mind, in the courage to be gentle in a world hardened by apathy. I see the small things others overlook, the look of compassion you give to the sorrowful, the gentle words you speak when someone is weak, or simply your choice to stay silent when you could strike back. And I say this to you, none of these are meaningless. Every act born of love carries my power. A hand you extend can lift a soul on the edge. A simple word of encouragement can be living water to a parched heart. A decision to live truthfully, even unseen, unpraised, can become a vital part of the great design I am weaving. You don't need to do great things to be called strong. You only need to not lose your tenderness, not lose the truth, and not lose love, even if the world says they are unnecessary. The world will tell you to fight, to hoard, to cling in order to survive. But I tell you, give. For what you sow in love, you will reap in life. Believe that every act of compassion will not vanish. It will ripple outward like circles on water, from one soul to many, from one small flame to a vast light. And it is these simple things done with honest hearts that become landmarks guiding humanity back to the best they have forgotten, the loving essence I planted in each person. My beloved, if one day you feel too small in a vast and complex world, remember that I do not measure your worth by volume, but by the depth of your heart. A seed can split the earth. A drop of water can begin the rain. And one soul living with integrity can inspire a generation. You are not invisible to me. Everything you do in secret, every choice to live in truth, even if mocked, is recorded in eternity, for it reflects my image in you. I know it is not easy to live in this world. There will be moments when you feel alone for choosing the path of truth. You may be misunderstood, forgotten, even wounded for choosing love while others choose to close their hearts. But it is in those very moments that the light within you shines brightest, and I am there not only watching but walking with you. I do not promise you'll avoid every trial, but I promise you'll never face them alone. Therefore, my precious child, guard your heart. Keep sowing seeds of kindness even if you don't yet see the harvest. Keep walking in truth even if no one acknowledges it. Because every act done in love, whether for a neighbor, a stranger, or for yourself, is woven into a greater tapestry, the tapestry of a kingdom of love I am building on this earth through those who dare to live differently, who dare to live truthfully, and who dare to believe in the goodness that flows from me. My beloved child, do not let false voices extinguish the hope within you. Do not let enticing words diminish the true value of kindness. The world needs you. It needs the light you carry, the heart that knows how to love, the hands that are ready to help, and a soul that refuses to be lost in the whirlwind of fame and gain. Keep living kindly, keep loving, keep standing firm in the truth. For when you do, you are co-authoring a story with me, not a story blasted across headlines or shouted on social media, but one etched into eternity where every beam of light is treasured and preserved. You are the hope I have placed in this world, and I am the strength that sustains you. Keep walking, my beloved. I walk with you. I believe in you, and I love you, not because you are flawless, but because you have chosen to live authentically in a world that has forgotten how. My precious child, in this very moment, while your heart may hesitate amidst things beyond your control, I want to speak something to you, not to burden you, but to awaken within you a truth planted since the beginning you were born to be. Light in the darkness. You are not the product of circumstance, not a bystander in the chaos of the world. You are chosen, you are called, you are sent to illuminate, to uplift, to breathe life into those who are weary and losing hope. I know there are days when you feel as if you are grappling through thick darkness. Trials crowd in like waves and fears chain your soul. But it is precisely in those moments, my child, that the light within you has the greatest opportunity to shine. Darkness cannot extinguish the light. It only makes it shine brighter, clearer. Every time you fall and rise again, it becomes a testimony to the power I have placed within you. Every time you choose faith over surrender, hope over despair, you are pushing the darkness one step further away. Do not think you must be perfect in order to shine. Light does not demand perfection, only a willing heart. You do not need to understand everything nor possess all the answers. You simply need to keep moving forward in the faith that I have already given you enough wisdom to overcome, enough strength to stand, and enough courage to inspire others. You were not created merely to survive hardship, but to lead, so that others, seeing your steadfast faith in adversity, may find hope for themselves. Sometimes you'll wonder, why me? Why must I face things this great? But child, I did not choose you to burden you. I chose you because I know you can bear it, not by your own strength, but by mine dwelling in you. I speak not to instill fear, but to encourage, to empower, and to affirm you are not alone, you are not forgotten, and you are not walking through this darkness by yourself. The recent partial eclipse was more than a celestial occurrence. It was a sign, a vivid illustration of the deeper truth I want you to remember. Darkness may temporarily cover the light, but it can never extinguish it. Truth is like that, not easily shaken by lies, not hidden forever by confusion. And the light within you is the same. It may grow weary, it may dim, but if you keep that inner flame alive even faintly, it will rise again, and with it bring hope to those wandering in the long night. O child of light, you are not only redeemed, you are sent. I want you to know that you have an irreplaceable role in shaping the future, not just your own future, but also that of those around you, those watching how you live, how you love, how you stand for truth. Every time you speak encouragement, every time you reach out to help, every time you rise for justice, you are doing something far greater than you realize. You are stirring the beginnings of change. You are sowing hope. You are creating an impact that transcends time and space. The world needs light, and that light does not always come from the loud and spectacular, but from people like you, quiet yet faithful, fragile yet steadfast, imperfect yet full of love. I do not seek greatness in appearance. I seek hearts that are humble, that listen, that are willing to rise again no matter how many times they've fallen. And if you are still breathing, if you are still believing, then you are still the one I have chosen to carry this light into the places that need it most. Remember, light doesn't have to be dazzling to be useful. Sometimes a single small flame is enough to light the path for someone lost in the dark. So don't underestimate your role. Don't wait for perfection to begin. Don't wait for all doubt to vanish before you act. It is when you choose to step forward amid uncertainty, amid unknowing, but with faith in me. That is when your story of light truly begins. My beloved, do not be afraid. I am with you. I have given you all you need. And I am calling you, not to strive for something that doesn't belong to you, but to rest in truth, to walk by faith, and to shine with love. Stand firm, live truthfully, shine brightly. For you do not just carry the light, you are the light. And that light, once born of me, will never be consumed by darkness. My beloved child, when the world around you becomes noisy, hurried, and constantly pulls you into endless cycles without name, I urgently call you to keep your heart wide open and your mind clear. For it is in those moments that seem ordinary on the surface, when the everyday clamor begins to fade, that you are most able to hear my whisper, the voice of life, of love, and of unending hope. I know this world is doing all it can to blur the tender voice within you, the voice placed in you even before you were born. But I plead with you, do not lose the ability to listen, for it is the key that unlocks the fullness of life I have destined for you. The truth I give you does not come from complex theories or unreachable ideals. It is simple, pure, like morning dew on a flower, like the first breath of a newborn soul. And in that simplicity lies immense power. Power to heal wounds no one else can see. Power to lift you on days when you feel too weak to take another step. Power to renew your heart, soften the calloused places, and light up the dim corners of your soul that you thought were closed forever. My child, do not let the noise of this world drown out my gentle voice. Do not let hurried words, relentless news, heavy expectations, and false standards overshadow the one thing that matters most, that you are, my beloved, loved not for what you do, but for who you are. When you're too busy to pause, you begin to lose what is most precious, your connection with me, the source of life, of peace, of true meaning. So I invite you, each day, even for just a few minutes, step into stillness, not to do more, but to stop. Stop to breathe, to listen, to receive. Let your soul rest from the clamor, let your mind be washed by truth, and let your heart be touched by the unconditional love that only comes from me. In those seemingly small moments, you will find strength to stand, wisdom to navigate, and courage to face whatever lies ahead, even the things you never saw coming. My beloved child, I do not ask you for greatness in the eyes of the world. I do not expect you to always be strong or always right. I only long for a tender heart, a mind that embraces humility, and a soul willing to be taught by love. I do not search for a flawless person. I search for one who is willing to walk with me, one who lifts their eyes when lost, one who is not ashamed to ask for help. For it is in the very moment you recognize your own imperfection that you allow me to step in and accomplish what you cannot. In this world, my beloved, there will be times when you feel weak, confused, or even lost, uncertain of where you are or where you're heading. But I want you to know this: in every step, even the ones that seem misdirected, I am with you. In every weary moment, I am whispering encouragement. In every tear that no one else sees, I am wiping them away with invisible hands full of love. And every time you make space to connect with the deepest part of your soul, where I dwell, you will find that you are no longer alone, no longer empty, no longer crushed beneath the storms of life. Let the quiet moments of each day become your place of restoration. Let prayer, even if it is just a sincere sigh, be the cord that rebinds the intimacy between you and me. And let my presence within your heart become an unquenchable light, a small flame yet powerful enough to guide your way through the night. You don't need to do everything. You only need to remain awake, to keep listening, to stay willing. Truth will do the rest. Love will lift you, grace will cover you, and new life will sprout from the very place you once thought had withered away. I believe in you, not because you've never been weak, but because I know that my love within you can turn weakness into strength. I chose you not because you were qualified, but because you were created for a purpose that surpasses human understanding. So then, my child, walk on not with the burdens of the world on your shoulders, but with the lightness of someone who knows they are not alone. Let each day be more than just survival. Let it be a chance to draw closer to me. Let every moment become an opportunity to love, to listen, to plant seeds of hope. And above all, always remember you are, my child, a precious part of an eternal plan. And nothing, no one, and no circumstance can ever change that truth. I love you, and I am waiting for you in the stillness where all truth begins to shine. My beloved child, there will be times in your life when you feel like you're drifting through a misty river, unsure of where the shore lies or where the waters will take you. You may worry because the future seems hidden, everything ahead too unclear and uncertain. But I want you to know this: I never abandon you in that flow. I did not create you only to retreat when you're confused. I shaped every drop of water, every breeze, and I hold that current with my loving and wise hands. So my child, be patient. Trust. Let your heart rest in the truth that everything is unfolding according to a greater plan, a plan I wrote with the very heart that loves you beyond measure. There will be days when you don't see the answers. You will pray and feel as if there is no reply. You will seek clarity and encounter only silence. And you will ask, Father, are you listening? But child, it is in the silence that I work. It is in the darkness that new seeds quietly take root. Not all miracles arrive with thunder. Some of the greatest miracles happen silently, bit by bit, day by day, until the right moment comes and they bloom before your eyes in glory. I know that you often want everything to be clear, immediate, and according to your hopes. But my dear child, true goodness is not found in control but in surrender, letting the river of life carry you, letting my will be fulfilled, letting your spiritual growth unfold naturally, deeply, and lastingly. Some blessings, if given too early, would be too heavy for you to hold. Some doors, if opened too soon, would cause you to lose yourself. But I, who see both the beginning and the end, know precisely when the perfect time arrives. Do not let your heart sink when things remain unclear. Do not let delay make you think I've forgotten. Waiting is not my silence, it is heaven's preparation. Every moment of your life, whether joyful or painful, smooth or troubled, holds purpose. Not a single breath of yours is wasted. Every smile you give, every tear you shed, every fall and every rising again, all of it is being woven into a story of a soul being perfected by eternal love. Believe that every experience, large or small, sweet or bitter, is bringing you closer to your truest self, the one I formed in my image, beautiful, strong, and full of compassion. And the deeper you go into that journey, the more you will recognize that I know my divine love not only surrounds you, but lives within you, lifting you, guiding you, and illuminating you. That love does not change with circumstances. It does not retreat when you are weak. It does not abandon you when you don't understand. It remains faithful, patient, waiting for you each day to return to trust and to rest in my leading. My child, let faith be the wings that carry you through the fog. Let patience be the foundation that holds you steady amidst the unknown. And let gratitude be the light that guides your steps. For when you give thanks even before understanding, when you praise even before the miracle comes, you are walking in true maturity, where trust no longer depends on evidence, but is anchored in the living connection between you and me. I do not promise that everything will be easy, but I promise that you will never walk alone. Even if the path winds and clouds hide the sky, I still hold your hand. And one day when you look back, you will see that the seemingly meaningless roads were the very places where I deepened your faith, built your endurance, and kindled a hope that cannot be shaken. So, my beloved child, keep walking. You do not need to see everything clearly, just know that I am there. Trust that beyond this trial lies a new season, a season of unfolding, of revelation, and of spiritual maturity. Each day, each hour, each breath you take in trust brings you closer to the full, deep, and complete version of yourself that I have always seen. I love you not only when you are strong, but even more so as you learn to wait. I never give up on you, never stop writing your story, and I am never late in fulfilling what I have promised. Rest in that love, dear one, for it is the place where all goodness begins, where it is preserved, and where it will all be made complete. My beloved child, Every morning when you open your eyes, it is not just the start of a new day. It is a sacred invitation from my very heart. Go forward, my child, with love in your heart and light in your soul. Though the world may be chaotic, tangled, and loud, each day remains an opportunity for you to sow goodness, to heal a wounded soul, to become a light in the dark corners of life. You are not drifting aimlessly, not merely one among the crowd passing through. You were created to make a difference. Even if you do not always see it, every kind thought, every act of kindness, every word of truth can ripple outward and touch hearts you never imagined. Believe that as you walk, whether your steps are bold or slow, each footstep is covered by my eternal love. I do not stand afar watching you struggle. I walk beside you silently, faithfully, and lovingly. I see everything you face. I see the nights you lie awake with worries too deep to name. I hear the whispered prayers laced with tears. I feel each tremble of your heart when you feel lost. And I want you to know, not one moment do you walk alone. My child, I see the burdens you carry, the responsibilities, the hard decisions, the silent disappointments. But I also see the light in your eyes when hope rises again, the strength in you when you choose not to give up though weary. I rejoice not only in your victories, but even more when you dare to begin again. I hold you close, not only when you succeed, but especially when you collapse and have no words left. To me, you are not a title or an achievement. You are my child, the one I love, the irreplaceable soul I treasure, my beloved child. So I say to you, keep your heart tender, always ready to love, to forgive, and to show mercy. Do not let the world harden your spirit. Do not let your wounds make you forget the beauty of compassion. Each day is a fresh opportunity to love, not only those who love you, but even those who have hurt you. Each day is a new chance to live not only for yourself, but for something greater, for truth, for light, for the unconditional love that I have poured out upon you. And when you feel small in the vastness of this world, when you question whether your life truly carries any meaning, listen closely to me. I am whispering to your soul, it is the small things done with a sincere heart that make the greatest impact. A truthful word, a gesture of compassion, a quiet act of kindness, each one can become a seed that brings new life to someone else. You do not need to be a hero in the eyes of the world. You only need to be true to the person I created you to be, living with courage, faithfulness, and love. I am guiding you not with loud proclamations, but with gentle, patient hands. Sometimes you won't notice right away, but when you look back, you will see that my hand was lifting you through even the most hopeless paths. I am leading you into a future where fear is no more, where there is no more separation, where you will live in true peace, a peace that does not come from circumstances, but from my presence. A future where understanding replaces judgment and love covers all in place of selfishness and hate. My dear child, trust the journey. Believe that each day you live is part of a larger picture. I am painting a masterpiece of redemption, of hope, of light. And you, yes, you are an irreplaceable piece of it. Even in your imperfection, even as you're still learning to forgive, to love, and to believe, I am not asking you to have all the answers. I only ask that you do not give up. Do not give up on yourself, do not give up on others, and do not give up on the truth that love is always stronger than the darkness. Each day you are given the grace to walk not with the weight of fear, but with gratitude and steady trust. Let your eyes always seek what is good, let your hands always be ready to lift others, and let your heart remain open to receive even the unexpected. For it is in that very simplicity that you will feel my love more clearly than ever before, a love that does not wait at the finish line but walks beside you in every step along the way. I love you not because you are always strong, but because you choose to rise again. Not because you are always right, but because you always return. And every time you decide to walk forward in love and truth, you are living out the very reason you were created. So, my child, go forth. Live with joy, with kindness, and with the confidence that the future you are walking toward is one I have prepared for you, a place where you will not only find peace, but become a vessel that leads others to it through you. My beloved child, in a world increasingly tangled in chaos, where people race endlessly in pursuit of recognition, status, and fleeting glories, I urge you to choose a simpler life. Not a superficial simplicity, but a deep purity of soul, a place where you are no longer swayed by the noise of the world, but attuned to the gentle voice of truth. Live with a heart that knows how to love deeply, a spirit that hungers endlessly for what is true, and a soul that stays open to all that is good, not just for your own sake, but for those whose paths cross yours. I know you are not searching for an easy life. You are searching for a meaningful one. And I want you to know it is the simplicity of love, the consistency of faith, and the desire to live genuinely that form the foundation of a whole and abundant life. Believe that you do not need to have all the answers or be flawless to be loved by me. My love for you is not based on your achievements or your efforts. It flows from the very core of life itself, that you are, my child, created in love and for love. The path ahead will not always be smooth. There will be days when doubt clouds your heart, when decisions become heavy, and when every word of encouragement seems to disappear into silence. But even in those moments, my child, I am closer to you than ever. My love is not outside your journey. It is in every breath, in every step, in every quiet yet faithful beat of your heart. When you are tired, I will be your rest. When you are confused, I will be your guiding light. When you fall, I will be the hands that lift you back up. Do you realize your life is not just a random story among billions of others? It is a chapter in the sacred symphony I am composing across generations. Every tear you shed, every smile you give, every quiet act of kindness you offer, they are all written in my heart. Nothing is ever too small when it comes from love and is placed in my hands. Your life is part of my plan, a design woven with hope, forgiveness, and unfailing love. Let the simplicity of this truth be your guiding light, that you are loved, that you are never alone, and that your life holds meaning far beyond what the eye can see. Do not let the complexity of modern life drown out this powerful yet gentle reality. Live with the awareness of a soul that knows it is loved, and with the courage of a heart that chooses to love even when love is not returned. That very simplicity will become your strength when you are weary, and your compass when the road becomes uncertain. Now I call you to step forward, not in hesitation, but with a renewed sense of purpose. Let my love, simple yet mighty, fill every day of your life, guide every decision, and inspire every action. When you live from love, you no longer strive to become something, but simply live, as you are the one I formed in my heart, with hope and tenderness. The journey ahead is not merely a string of days to endure. It is the path toward true maturity, where you learn to trust, to give, and to walk in light, even when surrounded by shadows. It is a journey wrapped in a promise that you will never be alone. Others may leave, circumstances may change, but my presence in your life will remain constant. I am not far from you. I am in you. I am your breath, your source of life, the quiet fire that forever burns within your soul. So, my beloved child, receive the days ahead not with anxiety but with hope. Live each day as though it is a gift, because it truly is. Every moment is an opportunity for you to love more deeply, forgive more freely, live more honestly, and shine more brightly. You do not need to accomplish grand things to make a difference. Simply by living out the love and light I have placed within you, you become a living testimony in a world that is hungry for truth and longing for hope. I look upon you with joy. I trust in you. I know that even when the path becomes uneven, you will not give up, because you were created for something higher, deeper, and more beautiful. Let your heart be filled with hope, for hope is the lamp that does not go out in the darkness. And always remember, my love is not only your refuge, but also your strength to move forward day by day, hour by hour, until you complete the race in glory and perfect peace. I love you forever, and nothing can change that. My dear child, when you stand in the midst of a chaotic world where truth is blurred by conflicting voices, where love seems like a luxury, I invite you to return to one simple yet powerful truth: you are loved. Not loved because of what you do, not because you are good enough, not because you stand out in the crowd, but simply because you are a precious soul formed by my eternal love. I know there are times when it's hard to believe this, especially when past wounds, rejection, comparisons, and disappointment make you question your worth. But my child, I do not change when you change. My love does not waver when you are weary. It remains just as the sky remains, even when it is hidden by clouds. May you find peace not in chasing temporary things, but in that simple truth: you are loved. Peace does not come when you control everything, but when you surrender your heart into my arms. Peace is not found in having every answer, but in choosing to trust me, even in the midst of uncertainty. And when you allow that truth that you are loved to soak deep into every crevice of your soul, it will heal you, renew you, and make you a refreshing stream for those around you who are dry and weary. You do not need to perform extraordinary acts to live a meaningful life. Each day, from a heart saturated with love, choose to sow small yet genuine acts. A kind word, a compassionate glance, a helping hand without expecting anything in return. These are the seeds of life. This is the light I have lit in you, the light that can never be extinguished, even when darkness surrounds you. And my child, never underestimate the power of the simple things. For even the smallest candle, when lit in the darkness, is enough to guide the lost. The recent partial solar eclipse was not a coincidence. It was a reminder, a sign from heaven, that light, though hidden, does not disappear. It merely retreats for a moment, only to shine forth even brighter. In the same way, the light within you never fades, even during your darkest days, when your heart feels heavy, when your faith feels fragile, and when you think you have nothing left to give. In those moments, I call you to look inward and see that the light is still there, still alive, still able to bring hope to you and to those in need of a glimmer. You are never too small to make a difference. You are never too weak to love. Every place you go is a chance for your light to shine. Every person you meet is a soul in need of real love. And you, imperfect in your steps, tender in your heart, and longing for truth, are the one I have chosen to carry that light into the world. Believe this, not out of pride, but from a deep humility that comes from knowing it is I who live in you. My child, the road ahead may not be easy. There will be times when it feels like you are walking through fog, unsure of your direction. But let that simple truth carry you like a quiet, steady melody, like a river flowing through dry lands. When you live with the awareness that you are loved, rejection will not shake you. When you know your light is not dependent on circumstances, you will no longer fear the darkness. And when you choose to walk in love, even when no one sees, you become part of the miracle this world is waiting for. So, my child, walk forward with a heart full of hope. See the days ahead not with worry, but as a blank canvas waiting for your hand to paint it with the colors of kindness, understanding, and love. Don't wait until you feel capable to begin, for it is in the beginning, even with the smallest of steps, that I will give you strength. Don't wait for the light to be clear before moving forward, for it is in the act of walking that the light will begin to shine. You are part of an eternal plan of love, not because you have achieved something great, but because you carry my love into a world that longs for its presence. So, my child, believe in the light within you. Let it burn, not because you are strong, but because you are loved. And live each day with this awareness that by living honestly, loving freely, and walking humbly, you are helping to drive back the darkness with a light that can never be put out. I am always here. I love you. And I believe in you. Walk forward. Live boldly. Shine brightly, not because you have to, but because you were created to. And when you live in alignment with your light, you will not only find peace, but become the beginning of peace for someone else. Amen. As a child of God, He is with you in every moment, constantly reminding you to live in faith and in the embrace of His love. Tap follow and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single word I speak from the heights of heaven. Amen.